Satan is a liar. We see this in the book of Genesis. What he does is he twists God's word. So in the book of Genesis, God gives a command to Adam and Eve that they can enjoy every tree in the garden. It's all for them. They can enjoy the animals, they can enjoy the Garden of Eden, they can enjoy anything they want except the one tree, the knowledge of good and evil. And you know what Satan does? He comes to Adam and Eve. He comes to Eve first and says, "Did God really say that you shall not eat of every tree in the garden?" He says, God knows that the day you eat of it, you're going to be wise. You're going to be like him. You're going to be powerful. And you see, Eve fell into the temptation because what Satan did was he twisted the command. God commanded them to not eat of one tree, and Satan came and said, "Did God really say you can't eat of all the trees?" You see, what he did was he twisted the perspective. The perspective was, first, God said, you can enjoy everything except one. And Satan said, you can't enjoy everything? And he emphasized the restriction that God had. And Satan made the restriction seem like a curse. He made the restriction seem like it was limiting them from something that they could have had. They could have had this knowledge. They could have became like God. They could have had some secret power if they just ate the tree. But yet God was restricting them because it was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. So when they ate of it, they would be now aware, and they would be sinning. They would break his command, and now they would have knowledge of evil, when before that in the Garden of Eden, they only had knowledge of good. They only had knowledge of innocence. They were in perfect relationship with God. So then they ate the tree, and what happens is it says they realize they're naked, and they start to hide. They start to realize their shame. They start to feel the guilt, and they start to sew fig leaves together. And you see, this is how Satan works. He tries to get you to think that God's withholding you from a blessing, when actually God's commands are his protection. They're actually so that you can flourish. It's not like God is withholding something from you by giving you commandments to keep. No, God is actually giving you freedom in order to enjoy all the good gifts of him, and he's trying to forbid things from you because he knows that they're bad for you. And here's a quote that I like. It says, sin is not bad because it's forbidden because it's bad. Sin is not bad because it's forbidden because it's bad. It's not just forbidden because God said don't do it, so therefore don't do it. No, he actually has a reason why he tells you not to do certain things, because it's bad for you. It's going to destroy you. It's going to lead to death. Sin leads to death. And Satan's going to tempt you and say, oh, it's not going to lead to death. It's actually going to lead to life. But that's a deception, because sin always leads to death.